Hello? Now you can hear me. Alright. Yeah, I didn't know there was any viewers, so it didn't really matter anyway. Alright. I had been playing around moving my devices. I think I had unplugged and plugged the mic back in. I don't know. Sometimes it's a little touchy. It's me, man. It was me. I was just talking to the air. May. Alright, recovery. Recovery stream. Let's take this challenge from the mysterious learning chess. 7 plus 5. 7 plus 5. Alright. Hey. This is my first Sunday. Well, I've had to not stream on occasion, but my first unstreamed simul. Unstreamed simuls. Wait. Does learning chess normally play d4? That I don't recall. One of the weird or hard to define much details about this player. Seems very random. You know, for someone that I've played like 70 games against, I know almost nothing about them. It's hard to do that, you know, to play 70 games against someone in 68, and really sit down and ask me a question about this player. I'll tell you almost nothing. I thought they mostly play e4. This is the Grunfeld defense, which I don't play too much. I don't know who they are. The anonymity, is that a word? Anonymity. The anonymity is killing me. I used to not know who Uber driver was, one of our regular followers. The suspense is killing me. But that was someone who I knew in real life. I knew them in real life. They were teasing me. Okay, Grunfeld, you're playing slowly. H3, Grunfeld, whatever that is. Okay, H3, unusual move in this position. Why? The answer is always C5. But after knight f3, I mean, we should transpose back into something like semi-normal. There's nothing to think about here, folks. The only good move is really knight f3 because bishop e3. But okay, maybe you could do something weird but bishop e3 would allow cd, queen a5 check, which is already I mean, maybe that's playable. Bishop e3, cd, queen a5 check, bishop d2, queen b6. Anyway, this is seemingly normal. I am not sure. It used to be considered that h3 was just non-entity. I have not been following lately, and the theory, since I stopped playing the Grunfeld 20 years ago, more, like 30 years ago. I stopped playing the Grunfeld 30 years ago. Alright, but I have seen some games with this. I think it's been fashionable to some degree. So what's up, guys? What's up, Juicebox Wizard? Where is everybody? First off, I was away, before with the World Senior for almost 2 weeks. And then even though I did play the Simon last night, I felt like I missed a stream. Bishop c4. Okay, now you're straight up mixing and matching like two different systems. Take knight c6. You can play bishop b2 or something stupid there. There's always knight c6 as well, immediately. Knight c6, I get concerned sometimes that white will have a pawn sacrifice. Like knight c6 d5, which occurs in other variations. Generally speaking, I think releasing intention is bad in most cases. But it's possible white to play like e5. I mean, I don't think it's a great move, but it's an option. Well, I'm gonna guess that Learning Chess plays e4 normally, but he's experimenting with d4. Suggestion accepted. That gives white the possibility of, well, I mean, anyway, I don't have queen a5, so he could maybe put the bishop on this diagonal. He could do it anyway, but okay, this support point, very important. Learning Chess, taking his time. His brother Schumacher is here. You know what's interesting though? The players who show up first to my stream are the bullet players. Or, well, in Schumacher's case, okay, fast blitz. But the players who play the fastest are the first ones. Is it a coincidence? Schumacher's getting on the bus. He lost his internet. Okay, guys, time to rebuild. Rebuild the community. What is today, Monday? Building communities. Bring people together and build community here on Twitch. Learn, donate. Donate. Good morning. You're not on the bus. Did you miss the bus? I had to play an unstreamed Simon last night because I was so tired from not sleeping all at all Friday or Saturday night. Not to mention some beer and other beverages. I think it's going to be... The week is going to be better. It's going to be getting better. Bishop e3. So with this bishop move, and white really doesn't have any kind of threat per se, the best possible result would be something like queen e2, bishop h6. What do I do? Infiltrate along c-file. Blockade. No, I don't think it's that easy to, to know what the best move is here, necessarily. Bishop c4 is kind of interesting. And time consuming. I mean, it is my bad bishop and his good bishop that we're exchanging. Nedog, sorry you missed. Did I get your message on lichess, dude? No. But you're here now, so you can tell me. Thanks, Tios. But okay, I think I was losing. Well, I was lucky, really lucky in at least 1 or 2 games. Oh, just open. It's a classical game. Okay. No, I never get like notifications when people send me messages. Especially you. Because you're like secretly chat banned or something. I had a couple games where I had a really bad position yesterday. Someone on sound, I didn't like my position. There was another game where I was... Oh, Nefedov, right? Against Nefedov, maybe I was even losing. Nefedov played horribly, and then he like offered me a draw in a worse position. And then I really lost my concentration, and he forked 2 of my pieces. I think I was like losing a piece or something, and he offered a draw. So I was probably going to lose at least 1 game. He wanted to play this week. You're going to miss your own funeral. Yeah, I mean, I thought like you would see the chat, but you're waiting for like a Twitch notification. Yeah. I was really not in good shape. I stayed up and played poker and drank too much, and normally I would be able to recover by 6 o'clock, but yesterday it was just worse than usual. I'm still not right. I've got to take it easy. I gotta stop killing myself once a week. I'm gonna pause, I think, the Saturday night partying. It was okay when it was just about playing poker, but then I started drinking too much, I mean, there's no reason to do that if I don't have self-control. So, learn and live. everything was bad. Bijak. Switch the queen and knight. You think? Well, this is a pretty standard situation we've got here now. Okay. What are you going to do? Oh, financial streamers. Are they big on drinking? Okay. So, he wins the exchange. I missed this move. Well, he doesn't win the exchange. Okay. It's not that bad, but... This is not something I was able to foresee. I thought he was going to play a4. Alright, I've got challenges. Look at that lineup. 1900, 2300, 2200. Did I lose a pawn? This was not supposed to happen. I mean, black's still okay. He has a 5-on-3 kingside majority, but mine is more active. My majority is more active. Active majority. Okay, that's one way to try to win a pawn. 2 exchanges. No. We just beat down the exchange. 1 exchange. I'm not convinced by bishop c5. Oh. Dropped piece. Played really well until that. Panic. Like, learning chess has to be a kid. I mean, adults resign here. He likes to play on, though, in really lost positions. This is not just now, like in general. Okay, if you're consistent about it, I think it's alright, I guess. It does seem a little bit like cheapo. Yeah, but there's no way you're saving this game. You really couldn't get a more easy winning position than this. To be honest, it's like you could win it in your sleep. I would give him credit, though, for putting up resistance. Tries so hard once he has a lost position. Just start trying. Why don't you try before you have lost position? Rook takes d4 almost works. Rook takes d4. I would need a better king there. Oh, bishop c5. Ooh. Holy shit. What was that? Motherlol just followed. Motherlol. I didn't realize I had my sound turned on. Oh, I was playing Red Dead Redemption. That's funny. I really, maybe instead of playing poker on Saturdays, I'm going to start doing like a gaming stream or something, because I really need to do something else with my life. Becoming like a degenerate. Why resign now? He's losing the f-pawn. And then I'll sack my queen for the d2 and push. Let's take a brief look at this opening, right? Just for kicks. Accepted my challenge. Dude, I didn't mean to challenge you, sorry. Sorry, abort. You know, so this h3 is very rare. There's a few games. Babula. Czech Grandmaster, who I actually saw last spring. He was playing here. I like that name, Bold Batar. Bold Butter. Mr. Butterbean. c5. And now you see we're transposing castles. And now you played bishop c4. So bishop c4 is like not a move here. Bishop e2 or bishop e3. Bishop e2. The main point is that you can meet queen a5 with the bishop move. Yeah, like nobody. I don't know why this Cuban guy, or who that guy is, was playing this bishop c4. So c takes d. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know why no one played c takes d. I feel like I played the most natural continuation, and practically no one did that. But I'll be honest, like this was I was unsure about this gambit, you know. Let's see if there's games in lichess opening Explorer. Probably there are. Yeah, white has a plus score. Okay, we're not looking at world champion level chess here. But, you know, my point is, okay, I forgot I have this. You know, that does kind of kill some of his attacking chances, so yeah. Yeah, black is better. Queen b6. Popular with the engines. I mean, seriously, queen a1. Rahul. So white is almost full compensation. Interesting. Yeah, but bishop c4 is weird. e5 isn't that bad. But I mean, the real question is why you don't play bishop e3, and if you do, what should I do? You know, so I'm supposed to play b5. I have a weird feeling I like saw this before. This line is actually okay for white, you know. Queen a5 check, and that's the point now. I mean, you could do like king f1. Oh shit. See, that's why that button shouldn't exist. There's no reason for the video playback to the end of the game button to exist. All it does is like make people angry, you know. Yeah, so I mean, I think bishop e3. Then the question is queen a5 check, bishop d2, and queen a3. Wow, there is a game here. There's a few games. This is a playable variation. I mean, I don't know what to think. E5, an unsuccessful novelty. The computer hates bishop c4. I mean, I admit it was a little slow. I'm just not developing my pieces with this move, you know? The original plan was something like bishop d5. Okay, anyway. Well, it was nice knowing you. Shocky's up next. We lost Schumacher. Schumacher, what's up? Your challenge fell off the map. Yeah, and bishop c4 was a bad move by me. It was positionally like correct, but strategically. Now you have to wait. Please wait. Shocky will lose quickly, no? You're okay, cool. I wasn't sure if you're in a rush. Okay, I'm just not feeling the e4 today. I have a 2 days hangover. Not really a hangover at this point. It's more like I'm just catching up, getting back to speed. All right. You play the BOGO. I can't stand the BOGO again. Oh, Shucky was talking about Nimzo. Yeah, I mean, knight c6 is like a lazy man's move. I've played that. If you don't have time to study theory, it's like a simple line to play. I lost to Humpy Konaru. I remember. I have no idea how I did that with white. I mean, she's a good player, but I mean, losing this with white I was really in crazy mode back then. And now there's actually, you know, two different schools of thought about this position. I played like pawn takes pawn. I don't remember if she castled right away or played queen e7. You know, there's various move orders. But I think the modern interpretation is that white's supposed to go d5 here. Which opening is easy to play if you don't have time for theory? No, I'm saying like knight c6, the Swedish variation, against the classical Nimzo, is like an easy line to play for black. I think it's called the Swedish variation because of like what was his name? The Swedish grandmaster. the Swedish Grandmaster, the old one. Let's test your Larson. Dude, Larson wasn't Swedish, he was Danish. And Shaki's from Finland. Let's get our Scandinavians correct. No, even older than Larson. It was like the first Swedish Grandmaster. He was an extremely strong player. You guys are stuck in the 21st century. Started with a G. Stahlberg. Gideon Stahlberg. Gideon. It's called Stahlberg variation or Swedish variation with knight c6. Most of us here are too young to have known Stahlberg. So that's really going back. Like, he played in many Olympiads for Sweden, but also like Zurich 1953, which is one of the most famous tournaments of all time. It's not like they had a lot of Scandinavian grandmasters in those days. I've never played this line with white, but I did have a game with Chernyshov where I was black. But my queen was on e7. I had played queen e7, and then when he played d5, I decided to put my knight on d8. And I was actually able to no, I don't think it's the same now, Bijak. It's not that it's not equally good or better. It's just that, back in that time, man, chess tournaments were not that common. Now we have so many chess tournaments. It's like every year there's like super tournaments. Now, Eric London, I don't think was a grandmaster, but I could be wrong. But whatever, he's not in the same category with Stahlberg, who is like a legendary player who, was in the top, like, the dude, whatever. I mean, they didn't have rankings back then, but he was in the top 15 players in the world, let's say. I mean, he was the only Scandinavian player pre-Larson to be in the top 15 players in the world, probably. Anonymous player, you don't listen to the audio or what? Alright. Yeah. Anyway, sometimes they'll call stuff the Swedish variation. I think there's another opening with the Swedish variation, right? In the Tarrasch. So they never called it like the Stahlberg. They would always it would be the Swedish variation. Guy wouldn't get credit for his name, just his like country. H4. Yeah, normally Shaki's like Mr. Solid, but this game he's gone a little bit. Aggro. More aggro than usual. Yeah, but honestly, I mean, maybe I just for the first time considered this, but maybe I should just like blast it. Blast it! Oh, I remember now. There's something about this type of position. I forgot. Bjork. Bjorn Bork. Tomorrow is going to be Tournament Tuesday. Damn, I gotta turn that down, dude. How do I do that? Wow. There it is. It scares the shit out of me every time that goes off. I had it turned down to 0 for a long time, then I turned it back up. But that's blasting me too loud. We had a follow. I feel like I won the lottery every time that goes off. Wait, that's G7 threats. Well, that's a way to put it. G7 threats. If you can get through the Connect 4, man. I like how he phrases that. It's not like White has chances on the A1 AH diagonal. He's like White has G7 threats. Well, there's only 2 knights in the way, no big deal. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to. I mean, I need to do like an Indian cave rescue to get through that, man. We need to drill another air hole. It's not that easy, man. See, bishop f5 also. I think it is an interesting position, isn't it? f3 or f4? There's no guarantee if I play f4 that he'll take en passant, opening up the position. If he takes en passant, he's like facing the center from hell. Picks up the knight from d2 and puts it on d4. That sounds like one of my illegal moves, Uber driver. I don't think I'm threatening anything. But I don't know about his idea of castling queenside here. I mean, where is he going to put his king? Castling queenside isn't good. Not castling isn't good. It's like his king isn't that safe on the king side either. I think if he takes on f3, I mean, maybe I should have done the other rook. I did think about it. It's kind of materialistic. I mean, if I have to sacrifice a pawn, that's fine. I have to do what I have to do. You got to do what you got to do. Pawn takes pawn, bishop h3, rook g1. Attacking the g7, which was foreshadowed earlier. I was told I have pressure on g7. Wow. Yeah, that's looking. You know, all the above are dangerous, right? Takes, knight takes, bishop takes. Takes, knight takes, bishop takes, or takes, knight takes, bishop takes, queen d4, bishop takes g2. Looks like a safe move. Well, so much for my pawn structure. We're going to try to brute force our way in. See if we have do we have a search warrant to break down the door? Can you call the judge, please? I mean, it's always an option to like try to blockade my pawns like that. He doesn't have to take, but you know, something will hit the fan eventually. Now, okay. He might want to move his knight at some point. Rook f3 would be a funny move. No, no, I get it. Wow. That sucks. What am I gonna do? Ah! Yeah, I don't love this. Taking my queen off the diagonal of death. You guys are so materialistic. G2 is very weak. G7, G2. Pawns. They're always just worried about pawns. Yeah, that's the break. Cassius really did it to me once, really. A nasty b5 and a Nimzo. Same opening, actually. But not this line. It was a different classical Nimzo. Alright, we need to think quick. Who is that? What? He lost on time. Okay, I don't know that I'm even winning here. I'll be right back. Just the mail. All right. So what happened here? You just lost on time in a playable position? Anybody want to guess the computer evaluation? Virtually equal. I'm not surprised in the least. That's our evaluation. I mean, we might have missed some kind of tactic, but it seemed like a reasonable game. Actually, well, my last move was a blunder. Wow. Okay, so it was a bluff. I should take the pawn. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I mean, of course I should take the pawn. I mean, the pawn, it's not like you're going to do like a6 or anything. Yeah, this was a desperate move. Okay, b5. He doesn't need to play b5. But white is slightly better. Wow, after castles I'm winning with f4, but I didn't see how. How or why? f4 stronger than I thought, though. But what's the point now? If knight d3 check, bishop takes, pawn takes, e4. That's not good, dude. You're getting fully, like, erased. Alright, so what happened in the opening there? We got the e3, e5. Oh, wow, d5 is rare. Funny, there's almost no games at all here. So your move order is unusual. I mean, normally black castles plays queen e7 first. Actually, it's very strange how few games there are here. What is going on with this position? Well, I'm supposed to play bishop d2. So most people play bishop d2 or a3. My move is rare. Huh. Yeah, I wasn't fully awake yet. I played like b-jock. I've been hanging around with b-jock too much. Schumacher has been hanging around here too much. This is totally a reasonable move, but it's not necessary. Bishop d2 is considered better. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. Alright, Schumacher finally gets to play. Bijak Schumacher. I get white. Queen's Gambit. If you promise not to play the Bogo Indian, I'll play knight f3. Do we have a simul game? No. You run into simul. Alright. I don't really know this line. Horowitz. No, it's not Uber Driver's favorite, IA Horowitz. It was Daniel Horowitz. Horowitz variation. Not Horowitz, Horowitz. Oh yeah, Uber Driver. All of Murphy's opponents were notoriously tough. He was living in a difficult time. No, yeah, Morphy was taught by spacemen or something. How did he get so good with no competition? I mean, it's pretty scary actually when you think about it. How do you become such a brilliant chess player with no practice? At least no practice against really strong players, let's say, you know. If you compare it to today. Okay, I get it. Okay, now he's going to play... I mean, pawn takes pawn seems like a thing, right? It's a thing. Pawn takes pawn for black. To play knight to d5. That's really annoying. Well, I mean, but isn't he supposed to play, like... But seriously, isn't he supposed to play, like, c5? Not c6? And was I supposed to play a3? Well, maybe it's the next move, usually. In this position, he'll take on c4 and play, like, knight to d5, I guess. So, yeah, I'm just not really in my comfort zone here. I don't know how to conduct this position for white. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to develop my bishop. I mean, take if you want to take. I'm not going to weaken my position. But I bet Schumacher has faced this before. Bishop f4 has been, you know, the most popular line for many years now for white in the Queen's Gambit. I just never really got in on the ground level. If you're so inclined, guys, please donate and support Christmas. I'm going to get an appointment at the optometrist and buy a new chair. So those are my stream Christmas presents to myself. If we raise $500, half the money will go toward vision, half the money toward a new chair. I just cannot find a comfortable position. Okay, now I can play pawn takes pawn, but it's still boring, huh? What would Harry Nelson Pillsbury do? Uber driver. He wouldn't have put the bishop on f4. You just ordered a chair. Yeah! Arriving on Friday. Are you talking about for black? Not sure about your knight h5. Chair zone. Start an online chair business. Uh-oh, evolve yourself. How are you, man? This is Jim. I contacted you about lessons recently. What's new? No tournaments. Well, actually, an interesting development that isn't really like relevant right at this minute, but guys should exchange pawns at some point. I was contacted by some guys who wanted to play in the World Team Championship next year. And I've never played. I haven't played in a team tournament in years. World Senior Team Championship, 50 plus. Now the U.S. fields. I'm a U.S. player. The U.S. fields a team, but it's like backed by the St. Louis billionaire, and everybody gets like a stipend, but it's only like grandmasters. You have to be at least 2,500 to get on the U.S. senior team. But you can enter with an affiliated, unaffiliated team. So I was contacted by these guys who wanna field like a private team for the World Senior Team Championship next year. And now we have a full team. Well, we don't have a reserve, but we've got 4 players now. So that's in July. That'll be my next tournament. It's pretty cool. Like, there's some good teams. England fields a strong team. The US fields a strong team. There's like 20 teams. It's going to be in Romania this summer. No, it's going to be in Poland. Sorry. Poland. And Krakow in Poland. Yeah. So we've got me, Leonid Sokolin, who's a really strong IM. I think he was like GM strength. Mark Ginsburg. And then another player, Koganov, who's like 2200. A lot of the teams field really strong teams. Some of them are weaker, but we would be like in the middle. It's cool though. Ginsburg came on board, so now we have 4 players. But I'm not playing on any other tournaments. I think I would play board 2. Sokolin is almost certainly higher rated than me. We actually played in like 1990, ironically. I think I played Ginsburg in 1991, and I played Leonid Sokolin in 1990. It's funny because I played them both at age 5. I played them both once. Evolve yourself. Welcome, Raiders. Well-heeled King just raided with a party of 9. Those Monday morning raids never cease to amaze me. This is a nice move, knight h5. That's really... It wasn't anticipated. So my next tournament will be in July. And then the World Senior Championship again next year is in Romania, which is cool. Because I have a lot of friends and contacts in Romania, so... I'm not planning on playing any other tournaments, though. Just the Hungarian Team Championship. I'm scheduled to play like 6 or 7 games over the winter in the winter and spring and Hungarian Team Championship. I don't have time to play, and I don't have money to play, and I just have to like work, I wish I could play. I mean, it's rare that I get the chance to play. I wish I could play more. But alright. Thank you for the raid, Well-Heeled King. Hope you're well. Heal. Yeah, man. People, I had a really rough weekend. I stayed up all night, Saturday night, doing a disservice to my body and well-being. And recovery mode started yesterday. And then I did my simul last night, but I couldn't stream. I was too exhausted. So I'm going to try to get back to a more stable kind of streaming presence here. I was even thinking of streaming something else. Maybe once a week, like a variety stream with a gaming or something. I gotta do something else. Like, instead of playing poker on Saturday nights, I'm just becoming like a degenerate. Better to play video games. When is the Hungarian Team Championship? Oh. No, forget about nights. Huh. Good one. No, this is not the West. We have to play chess on Sunday morning. Guided meditations. Wow. That's very cool. Yeah, unfortunately, my big problem with the team championship is that matches are always played in the morning, and I hate doing anything in the morning. Oh, you'll be in the city for 2 days. Oh, that's cool. Well, it's spread out. The thing about the Hungarian Team Championship is it's like one match every few weeks or something like that. So it's hit or miss. And we don't play in one place, essentially. There's no central. I mean, a lot of the times matches are played at the Hungarian Hungarian Chess Federation, but not always. The matches are played all over the place, so it's not always even in Budapest. It depends. You have to know specifically the date. I'm playing on December 10th. I also used to play all the matches, but I'm sick of going to these distant locations at 7 o'clock in the morning. You're more of an alcohol-free guy these days. Yeah. Well, I think I am going to be too. I think I'm becoming more so as well. Take care. Thanks for rating. What's up here? I should be alcohol free too. Honestly, I hate prohibiting myself from things. I think I should have, enough self-control that I don't need to ban myself from drinking alcohol, let's say, but if it gets to the point where I can't control myself, I might have to institute a ban. I had to quit smoking, 15 years ago, 13 years ago, whatever. But that's different. Alright. There, rook d3. Some attacking chances. You just dropped a pawn? Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh no, it's not so simple. You really are a nice guy. Thank you. Lurking in your lurkum. Rook f4. Man, he's setting up cheapos. Cheapo extravaganza. Oh no. Oh no. Nice tactic you got there. Alright. You tactic yourself. Yeah, everybody panics in the time pressure. I think the problem arises when you're mixing non-increment with increment. So Schumacher plays 3-0, and then he comes and plays me in a 7+5 game. How are you gonna make the adjustment? Seriously. From playing 23-0 games, and then all of a sudden you're playing 7+5. Suddenly, the opponent having 5 seconds left doesn't matter, if they're calm, and you're trying to play for the time. You can't. If you do play different modes of chess, like increment or non-increment, you need to compartmentalize them. You absolutely cannot, play in 3-0 mode. There's a streamer battle tonight, and I'm not doing it, but honestly, the main reason why I don't do the streamer battles, and we did it in the past, I don't know, I used to do sometimes team battles and stuff like that. It's this time control. I just 3-0. It's like garbage. I mean, you sit there, you play for 2 or 3 hours, and you just play a bunch of garbage. Why? I know it's fun and stuff, but playing Monopoly is fun. It doesn't mean I want to do that. It's I'd rather spend my time being constructive. Jeez, dude. You're a spammer. You're not a streamer, you're a spammer. Chat spammer. Alright. Uber driver. Schumacher. I don't know, man. I'll have to look at that game. I think the opening was... I had no clue what I'm doing. But there was a moment where, like, you went knight h5, and I played queen f5, and there, after queen f5, like, I thought you were going to take my bishop on f4. I think fundamentally that seems... Whoa. Uber driver. You're playing my song. I love the b6 English defense. Alright, let's be pragmatic here. Alright, what are we doing for stream? It's 1 o'clock. See, this is why I need glasses. I look down in the right hand corner and it looks like 11:09. My vision is like blurry. The 3 is like blurry. And I'm like, why is it 11:08, 11:09? I definitely got to get me to the optometrist. Nefedov, how was it to play with no stream? I mean, against you, I might have had a lost position. I don't know, you know. But I usually suspect when you offer a draw, you have a lost position. So I just like decline on principle. But actually, no. Although I might have had a lost position against Nefedov, I'm not sure. I didn't check it yet. I actually played not so much better, okay, but faster. You know, I'm not wasting as much time. So it's easier to concentrate, Pavel. I mean, that's the main thing. I can concentrate on the games. I'm not constantly distracted by the chat. So it was much like less stress. It's much less stress, you know. I'm just concentrating on playing chess. But I thought that you're like forking 2 of my pieces at the end. You offered a draw, but you were forking 2 of my pieces. You'll understand why I accepted your draw, right? I thought I was like losing a piece. You think I just like accepted a draw against you because I just like you or something? I really thought I had blundered and you were winning a piece there. I don't know where to put my bishop. I thought I liked you. Well, that's not really the question. I was playing for a win until I thought I dropped a piece. And then I thought you offered a draw because you had like less time or something. But I mean, what you did was insane, you know, like you like lost, it looked like you lost a piece or something. You sacrificed a piece and it didn't work. No, I don't remember too much beyond the opening about that game, Pavel. I know it was the knight h4 Slav. But after move 11 or move 12, I don't really remember what happened, you know, like you did something unusual. Uber driver is playing the hippopotamus. And why would he do such a thing? But overall, to answer the question, it's much easier to do the simul, not streamed. Much easier. I could probably play like 30 boards like that. When I'm in the chat, I mean, I'm like paying attention to questions and chat and joking around and distracted. And then I get like irate because like I have no time and I'm in like mutual time pressure against everybody. And I start to like emotionally melt down. But it was way less stressful in this way. But I just hadn't had sleep. I just didn't look my beautiful, normal self. So I decided not to stream it. But I just can't do this to myself to go out Saturdays and not sleep a whole night, lose a whole night's sleep. I'm gonna change my lifestyle a little bit here. I have to adapt, to being an adult. I never really was comfortable playing against the hippo, even though I've played it myself. I also don't feel comfortable on the other side. A4 is kind of an interesting move. I love Mondays almost as much as I love Sunday mornings. All right. He's got to seriously consider playing A5 or A6 there. I think I like A6, although he could play A6 now, probably. And this is way more passive. Hey. This is way more passive. Hey. White is better. White better. White better. Okay, master. White better. Too many pawn moves. It isn't clear which side you're talking about. You mean in general? That's another form of chess you may not be accustomed to. Alright, what is it? Monday morning? It's morning for me anyway. You want another pawn move? Alright. Have another pawn move. If you insist. Hippo Kraken. But it's interesting, right, that the World Senior Team Championship will be in Krakow next year. The Kraken in Krakow. Krakow. Play the Kraken. I'm only going to play in senior tournaments from now on. I think if I don't play little kids, you have to like automatically gain rating points by that. But it's still not that easy. Since adults don't have any rating points anyway. It's hard to gain rating points by playing adults, since the kids have all the rating points. They've accumulated them all in the first place. Where am I supposed to... it's hard to get points from adults. They've already lost all their rating points. it's kind of a, no-win situation. Actually, the one place to go is to try to find like kids that are overrated. That's really the ideal, but it's you gotta really shop around. Try to find some kids whose like moms have like fixed some recent tournaments or something. Then they would they're not going to play in tournaments where I could get the rating points. I'm just speculating. Rating. Well, I mean, the thing about it is that people under 2400 lifetime have a 20K factor, and if you're like a kid, you have like a 10K factor or something like that. I don't agree with the whole thing. I think that it's ridiculous. There should be 1K factor. Maybe not, okay, for like provisional. There can be like a provisional period when the rating starts, but I think it's bullshit that there's like 3 different K factors. I mean, I'm not a statistician, but it just seems like the whole system is bogus. Alright. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know, Uber driver, you're annoying me here. I don't know what to do. Yeah, it's hard to play this kind of position. I'd rather be the one with that space, honestly. I'm gonna go for it. It's a no-win situation. If I kill one bishop, the other one becomes active. I've been there. Nemsko has some cousins you can play. Yeah, Nemsko, pretty sketchy. That kind of thing. There's a lot of kids who are ratings, or younger people. It's like kids per se, but people whose ratings are pretty sus. I'm not going to name names. Not my problem, but whatever. And I'm just happy not to play kids anymore. I think you're going to see more and more adults like tournaments. The senior tournaments are getting popular. I mean, like, the thing I played in didn't exist. It didn't exist 15 years ago. You know, the whole concept of having like a World Senior 50. World Senior was like for really old people over 65. I think we should have more tournaments for like, 18 plus, 21 plus, or something like that. Like, just get rid of the like little kids. I could see it going to the Supreme Court though. Kid's mom goes to the Supreme Court arguing that her kid should be allowed to play in adult tournaments. How is Uber driver so fast, dude? You were never fast. You never even like played like. Don't you remember you ever playing like a blitz tournament? Yeah, only play chess superstars from the West who have wealthy parents. I mean, that's the trend. But I also think that like rating points are more plentiful in wealthy countries across the board. I told you, like, if you cross the Hungarian border, on the western side of the Hungarian border, your rating goes up like 50 points. I swear. Like, no joking, like, Seriously, if you cross the Austrian border, your FIDE rating goes up like 50 points, at least. If I lived in Austria, I would be like 24, 30. It's just ridiculous, you know? But only the wealthy Hungarian players can afford to, like, play in Austria. And there's not many of them. But I would seriously wager, just because I'm like local here. I would wager that, yeah, average player in Hungary is like 25 to 50 points stronger than the Austrian. No, Smurfette. You know, you're really like part of some kind of conspiracy theory shit. It's ironic because, you know, I don't know why there are these people who believe something weird about Hungarian tournaments, but I mean, to be honest, like pretty much every other Balkan country is. I mean, Hungary's not really a Balkan country, but pretty much every other country has had more dubious tournaments than Hungary. And people and like 2600s who were just like paid to get their rating points. I don't know why there's this like false belief that there's like fixed tournaments in Hungary or something. Like, it's way more legit here than in most Eastern European Balkan countries. I mean, you can talk to any grandmasters who are honest, and you know, I think like Hungary is like less dubious than most. But I don't know why, you know, a lot of dubious shit happens over the years, but you know, that's the case everywhere. Sung Prism. Chess butts. Chess buttocks. Okay. I just canceled your challenge. I'm sorry, dude. But, sir, you can re-challenge me. I didn't mean to decline your challenge. I mean, honestly, like, you have long tournament series, like the first Saturday, where you have dozens and dozens of IM and GM tournaments running over the years. I mean, there's always going to be some dubious character who, you know, sells games, or you can't control like everybody, you know, but systemically, there's never been any cheating going on here. Of course, there's always going to be isolated incidences. And when you have a tournament like the first Saturday ones, which is going on for 30 years, of course there's going to be like some stories about some case where, you know, someone cheated or... But overall, you know, I've heard far worse. But yeah, I mean, it seems like Western players, there's some really... For me now, the biggest thing is these Scheveningen tournaments or whatever that are dubious. 5 players against 5 players. Weekly challenge or something. No, the only tournament I've heard of is like this one guy's organizing a tournament called 6 Days or 7 Days or something, but I don't know anything about weekly. But I'm not really in the loop, you know. I mean, I haven't played any tournaments. I gave up trying to make GM norms a long time ago. So I mean, stuff happens and I probably don't know about it, but There was a player in Hungary who got banned for cheating, and they really rolled it under the rug. You know, he was my Budapest Team Championship teammate, Juhász Kristóf. Really weird guy. He wants to be like an Instagrammer or something. I thought it was suspicious that his rating just kept going up and going up and going up and going up. And speaking of Austria, he would always play in the Austrian team championship. He almost never lost, you know. But he was slowly going up from 2,400 to 2,500 plus. Although he never won any tournaments or really, you know. He would just gain slowly over the last 3 years. And so he had been cheating in Austrian Hungarian team championship for a period of years, and finally a certain grandmaster got wind of him, and they basically set him up. But the Hungarian Chess Federation totally it seems it's been brushed under the rug. I don't know if he's been banned from FIDE. He's banned from Hungarian chess for a couple years or something. But I always thought the guy was really weird. He has two brothers, and it's really bad for them, because it's ruining all of their reputations. Although there's no direct proof that the brothers had anything to do with his cheating. You know, it's by association you're guilty. I mean, it's also hard to believe that they knew nothing, you know. If he was doing it for that long of a period of time, it's very hard to believe that his brothers, who are both titled very strong players, had no clue about it. Chess network rating graph is very linear. Dude, what? Linear. I mean, didn't the guy quit playing 20 years ago? I don't understand. He's a totally inactive player. I think ChessBots has a problem with playing too fast. I mean, dude, yeah, but I mean, you're talking about what kind of sample size with that guy. Yeah, and he beat me too. I can't remember, it was one of these World Opens where I was playing down in an early round. But what would possess you to research something like that? You don't have an obsession with him or something? I was surprised. When someone told me his identity online, because I had played a lot of blitz games with this player, and I didn't think he was strong enough to be that good, but I don't really know him that well, so there's something weird going on here as well. Player is annoying. Why is this guy playing a 7+5 game like it's bullet chess? It's really annoying, dude. Last game for ChessBots. Can I just resign now so I can stop wasting my time? Why are you playing bullet chess against me? You have 7+5, dude. What's the point? His peak bullet rating of 4,200. 4,200. How do you have a bullet rating of 4,200? That's a thing? But I mean, is there some suspicion that he's cheating online? Or something? Well, I don't have any kind of confirmation, you know, of or knowledge of how good that guy really is. You know what I mean? He, I think, if he's who I think he is, I lost to him. You know, when I was like, I don't know, it must have been around 1999. But it was one of those situations where you're like paired down against a player you've never heard of. He was like 2100. I had to beat him, and I probably overpressed. I remember his dad was like there waiting for him because it was a really long game. The guy was like, I don't know, 17, 16. And like I think we had like one of the longest games of the round. I mean, we must have been playing till like 11 p.m. You know, one of these like 6 until 11 p.m. kind of like games where it's really late. No, I know who he is. Anyway, but I have no recollection of the game. I just wiped it from my memory. You know, it was like, okay, who cares? I lose to 2,100 players in the first round of tournaments on a fairly regular basis. It happens a lot again because you like, you know, you're paired down, you have to play for a win. The guy's pretty good, and you tried too hard to beat him, and you lost. I think I lost, although, you know, it's still a small chance it was a draw. I honestly can't remember. To swear, I wouldn't swear on you know, a document in front of a judge that I lost to him, but I think I lost. A draw also was a bad result. But I remember playing him. I remember playing him online and thinking like he was a little computer-like. Yeah. He has a very computer-like style, you know. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the guy's deal is. I mean, it's pretty weird to like reach National Master, then quit chess so you could start like a YouTube channel. I don't know, you know, like 6 years later or something. I mean, it's kind of bizarre. The whole thing is like a little bit bizarre, I would say. What's the deal with this guy? Why are you 1772? He's playing really well. Holding on here. Bishop e8 doesn't work. Bishop f5. I think I have to play bishop f5. What am I thinking about here? Black still, again, this is how I lost to that guy. This kind of position where, you know, you're not really better, but you're not worse. You're like trying to overpress. Maybe I would lose an endgame like this or something. You know, where it's probably equal objectively. But I mean, a lot of people lose like that. 2100 bullet. Oh my gosh. Discoveries.
That's quite a move you got there, dude. Something weird about this account, man. He's 1700 in rapid, 1700 blitz. Bullet 2100, 2060 actually.
But he's yet to make a mistake, like of a tactical master. Dude, stop! All right, I'm gonna ban him from the stream. I gotta block him. He's just annoying. Constantly sending me messages, offering draws. It's just annoying, dude. I mean, I don't mind playing with you, but you're just being annoying with offering draws and shit. It's extremely annoying. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that was the plan all along. To become an icon. But I think you have an unusual case with this particular guy. Speaking of particular guys, the fact that he offered me 2 draws makes me hate him, and I don't want to like accept a draw under any circumstances now. Alright, dude. Really, I'm just gonna resign. I just can't take it anymore, dude. The guy's a complete idiot. Alright, you're just a complete idiot. You know, it's ridiculous, dude. Congratulations. I resign. I would rather resign than draw with you, you know, seriously. Congratulations. I hope you feel a very proud moment for your victory. Because I absolutely refuse a draw, you know. The third draw for is resigns. There should be like a new rule, you know, from now on in general. If anybody offers me 3 draws, I'm just going to resign automatically. That's all you have to do to beat me. Just offer a draw 3 times. By the way, like, isn't there some rule on lichess, like you can only offer a draw so often or something? Is that like not in place, Mr. Coffee, because of it not being rated or something? Does anyone know? Because it still doesn't stop to be annoying, you know, if it's rated or not. You had somebody offer me a draw after every move in an over-the-board game. It distracted me. Like, who would do that, Uber driver? Did you recommend them a good psychiatrist? Why would anybody who's like 2,500 accept a draw from someone who's 1,700? Can you explain that to me? You know what my winning percentage is supposed to be? The last guy offered 3 draws against me. My winning percentage against him is supposed to be like 99 point, I don't know, something. That's my expected, what's my expected score against the 7,800? Seriously, like 99%? Why would I accept a draw against someone where my expected score is 99%? This was in the 80s, Uber driver. I mean, I would never have anyone did that. I never had anyone do that against me. 3 or 4 draws is the maximum. But I would probably, want to, start a physical fight if they weren't a little kid or a woman. Not to be sexist, but, women and children first. If it's another adult male, I would have probably gotten pretty upset. I've been known to get upset about these things, There was the Steven Weiner incident where I told him I'd rather die than give him a draw, and I won that game from a totally drawn position, totally drawn. Because I was more motivated than ever to beat him after he offered a draw for 3 times. He's not a bad kid, but he's autistic. I don't know. I'm not going to beat up an autistic kid, but I was pretty pissed, He should have known better. Dude, she played the woman card? Are you going to tweet that on Twitter? She played the crazy card. It's not about women card. Are you serious? They really, every single move offered a draw? And you didn't, at some point, consider maybe telling the tournament director that this is not really cool and maybe they should intercede or something like that? Uber driver's just too nice of a guy. See if I can maintain my perfect score against Sung Prism. A fairly major organizer? Dude, Uber driver, that doesn't really make sense. Are you sure it was in the 80s, not the 90s? Are you sure it wasn't in the 90s? Major organizer. You're majorly exaggerating. You're calling her a major organizer. Major organizers don't offer draws every move. Let's just put it that way. More like fanaticist club chess player. Oh, it looks like a really good Petrov for white. I didn't really see the Scandinavian part, but you mean the queen out there? I think I have a vague recollection of who that person is that you're referring to, but I never had any dealings with them. Her. But I did notice that they were pretty strange. I wasn't getting involved with our major organizing too much, dude. Alright. Let's just attack this. Watch out for those major organizers. I'm always making fun of Uber Driver. But he's always saying funny stuff. Picking on him all the time. He can't do anything right. See more butts piss me off. Okay. You've got a deal. Lichess must be like freaking out. It hates, I mean, Stockfish hates, it hates losing 2 pieces for a rook. 2 pieces for rook is like +5 for the other player. You're trying to learn Hippo. You don't learn Hippo, the Hippo learns you. Hippo Club. The first rule of Hippo Club. Crackopotamus. It's a shame Netdog's not still here. He really liked my Crackopotamus. Crackopotamus AI. You can play the Hippo, I guess, against the lower rated players I mentioned. What lower rated players I mentioned? Well, I mean, below 2,000 maybe. They're going to have to be... I mean, it's just hard work, too, you know, playing Hippo. It's hard for both sides, I think. You are a 2100 guy. It's hard to beat those 2100 guys. Yeah, of course he can play it. But I never played the Hippo just fully. I don't know. Does it work against you? You tell me. If it works against you, I'll try it. I always like to get a little bit of provocation before I went into a Hippo formation. Yeah, here I really don't know what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm up 2 pieces for the rook, so we should be winning. This position does not hinge on the queens being on the board or not. Although I could probably win faster with the queens on the board, I could also lose. Pass pawns must be pushed. Chess the easy way with Uber Driver. No, the biggest win I ever had was against Onishuk, who was 2650. Because it was this insane Hippo that was like completely random position. You know, he was like confused. We were both confused. Generally, I don't argue for playing for complications against stronger players. But if I'm playing like a Karpov train, 2650, it's probably best to go for complications. Mr. Coffee, is that Grimace? That's the Matthew Perry joke. What's a grimace? Purple shake with no cup. No, it's why was there no stream yesterday? God damn it. There was a stream. It was silent. We had a silent simul. Oh, it's late. Alright, guys. Maybe this is the last game for today. What's nice that we have 35 players watching. You see, this is a better time all around. Maybe I can play one more game. I should really stream like a little bit later. Ideally. But I mean, my play in the simul was better than usual because I'm not distracted by all the stupid comments and stuff. Not better, but faster, I didn't get in as bad as my usual time pressure. GMD virtually. Hello. I started late today. Starting late, finishing late. Maybe I'll start like pushing the morning streams later. Really. I mean, there's just no sense in starting at 11:30. I might as well start at 12. We never get any viewers till the early afternoon anyway. Hey, what about the open file? The Thorn identity. Well, nice job, Uber driver. You practically told him what the best move was. Great going, man. Now, next thing you're going to do, Uber driver's going to tell him that my knight on e5 is a strong piece. This is his next comment. That knight on e5 is a really strong piece. Just too easy to pick on him. The knight on e5 is a really big thorn in black's side. Alright, now. Finally. Now he's going to have a fortress draw. You should, yeah. I don't know what was with me in that game. I don't know. That was weird, man. Speaking of weird, this game was weird too. Alright, last game. I don't know, that was like, I was real stressed out during the game. What was the reason? I guess because he had played the opening actually quite well, and but Adelic was joking with me. He said I'm the best player that guy ever beat. That made me feel great. That was like right up there with Alexander Ivanov being like, "Oh, everyone saw Bishop A5 except for you." After I lost, so I was like, "Who's this guy ever beat?" I said, "I don't know. I think he's beaten some good players at some point." He's like, "What do you talk about? You're the best player he ever beat." I was like, "Shut up, man. You're making me feel stupid." He's married to a really strong women's player, Ketevan Arkamia. Win that one dirty. I was just winning on the board because the guy went crazy. What was weird about that guy, right? I have to say, we had a crazy game last year where he hung in there and drew against me. I missed the win in that game. I was really kind of taken aback by him because he had like equalized and he had a draw, I think. And then he started to go nuts trying to beat me or something. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is this guy doing? He seriously, I couldn't understand it. It was like irrational, He's a much lower rated player. He's not even like a candidate master. He played well. He equalized against me. He has a draw in the bag, as Uber Driver would say. And then he starts going nuts, like thinking he's like attacking me or something. Really, I saw this one line where he like could maybe do a tactic to win a pawn or equalize, and like he had dismissed it. It was the best move. After the game, he saw nothing. Like he couldn't even clearly remember the position, and I was like, what about like knight takes or rook takes e4 or whatever? And he was like, oh, he was like Hans. He was analyzing like Hans in post game analysis, just like whatever. He just totally did nothing after that too. Although last year he played better. This year he was not even in relevant. $6.55 ELO. What does that mean? You're talking about online or can you now like pay FIDE for an ELO boost? It should be like, you can buy like a gift card. Okay, like a K-factor boost. Can I buy a K-factor boost? I want to buy a K-factor boost just for like 1 month. You can lower your K-factor to 10. Imagine if FIDE started doing that. That'd be awesome. I want to buy like 1 month of K-factor 10. And then like play really well. I could gain like 100 points or something. They do everything else for money. Why not like, offer K-factor boosts? I understand. I'm just you made me think of this concept now. This is a really good concept. I just let you have my bishop? Uber driver, does dementia run in your family as well? I was like really intoxicated, and I was talking to this one guy, and I was excited, and I kept repeating the same thing, you know? And that's really annoying, right? When people do that. I mean, usually it's like old people, and normally I would never do it, but if I'm like drunk or something, I'm more likely to like maybe say the same thing. And I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I don't normally do that. He's like, you already said that. The worst thing is like drinking with sober people. It just totally takes the fun out of it. Seriously, are you trying to troll me? Like, are you trying to troll me? Oh, he gave up the cowboy. You mean his cowboy? Oh, alright, sorry. I'm sorry, dude. I thought you were talking about my cowboy. When you made the comment, my feeling was that you were talking about giving up my bishop on e6. You were surprised. I offered to give him the bishop on e6. I thought you were questioning me, you know, why I would give him this bishop on e6. I mean, seriously, I'm up a piece at this point. But if you're asking why he gave up his cowboy, as you like to refer to them as cowboys. Speaking of which, I might start streaming like Red Dead Redemption on Saturday nights instead of playing poker. Because I want to be a cowboy. It's probably more profitable than playing poker. Plus I won't get drunk and be tired the next day. It's my move again. Yeah, sometimes I'll scroll back in the board and forget. Yeah, well, wait, you know, whatever. He sacrifices pieces just to stay in shape. As Dennis Eckersley would say. So what's the best? Bishop a2, queen f5, right? That's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly. I mean, is it gonna fly? It's a little weird, actually. Like, bishop a2, queen f5. I wanted to play queen d5. Actually, I have all sorts of moves there. But are these all sorts of moves enough? Some strange lines. I gotta start streaming like video games or something. Just for the sake of my own sanity. We need some kind of variation. I'm just like, life is too monotonous. I have to go, guys. Tournament Tuesday, tomorrow. I will notify everyone in our team about Tournament Tuesday. We host a tournament. Usually we're doing arenas lately, though not always. It's kind of hard to shake his queen off of f4. I mean, I guess queen f6. Queen f6 is reasonable. I could have just played queen d7, actually. Maybe it's more solid. Just here, just protecting f7, protecting the knight. Nothing can bother my queen there. And white just sacrificed a piece for no reason, basically. Well, I mean, queen d5 is the problem of c4, obviously. Okay, I could have done... If I had seen queen d7, I would have reevaluated. But I think queen d5 is a mistake. Like, how does queen d5 really benefit me? I mean, I'm just going to force him to move his rook to a logical square, like a1 or a3. Queen d5 is like forcing the opponent to improve the position of his rook, you know? Why do I want to do that? I would rather just play queen d7 and leave his rook on a2. Now I want to encourage him to like improve the position of his rook on a2. Now this is the actual position, queen f6. Yeah, Uber Driver, your thinking and my thinking about the game are very different. Queen d5 and rook g8. That's like smothered mate? You want me to smothered mate myself? Is that what you're saying? Uber Driver literally just suggested that I smother mate myself with knight h7. It's all good, man. That's a tremendous idea, actually. Great and tremendous. I'm talking like Donald Trump. Gotta start firing up the Trump jokes again. It's getting about that time of year. Alright. d4, indeed. I want to get out the popcorn and watch the DeSantis-Newsom debate on Fox News, man. That's like, you know, watching an elementary school, like, toddler, like, debate like a college student or something. I couldn't tune into Fox News, though. I can't believe they're having it on Fox News. And, you know, Sean Hannity is the moderator. I mean, come on, dude. How do you have a partisan debate when the interviewer moderator is like a far right figure himself? You know, it's like you got to get somebody neutral to be the moderator there. It doesn't make sense. You know, why not get like Rush? Oh, Rush is dead, but couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Why not have like Vladimir Putin like be the moderator of the debate? That'd be good Saturday Night Live episode. But I'm really disappointed with this whole election. Like, I bet a lot of money that Gavin Newsom would run for president. Just kind of gambling that, you know, Biden would die or decide not to run or something. And I'm going to lose all my money. It's game over, man, unless Biden like suddenly dies or something. It was a long shot, but it was a good long shot. Just never, no good. Rip, $300 or whatever. I don't remember how much I bet. But, don't forget about the smothered mate Uber driver. Uber driver's sexist. He's sexist Uber driver. Oh, man. Playing the wife card. Jimmy Carter's wife. Damn, dude. It's a good thing you're not, like, working for MSNBC or something. You're just not woke enough, Uber driver. Damn, dude. But Jimmy Carter's becoming like a meme, dude. He's becoming a meme. He'll never die. He was supposed to die last year. He's been in hospice for like 20 years now. You're only supposed to go in hospice care when you're like literally on the verge of dying, you know. You're not supposed to be in hospice care for like years. That's what it is. I mean, he's been there for like a year already or something. I mean, it's a miracle. No, that's true, Mr. Coffee, sadly. This was kind of a painful game. I have an extra piece I can afford to give back here. Do I give back the cowboy? Nah. I'm not giving back anything. I'm winning material. More material. I'm greedy. See, that's why I left the rook on a2. That wasn't Big Bobby, that was Little Bobby when he was like 5 years old. Uber driver is like referring to like a Bobby Fischer quote from his first Scholastic tournament in like 1952 or something. Grab all the material they can give you. Bobby Fischer, age 8. Boy's Life. What is that? Like the magazine of the Catholic Church? Okay. I don't know, man. I'm just guessing, man. Uber driver was definitely a Boy Scout. You should do like a Dlugi rook trick, like rook h2 there. It was a perfect moment for Dlugi rook trick. Dlugi is my drugi. Mój drugi. God, dude, resign. Bishop and knight, mate. Oh, I hung my pawn. He had to think about that one. Was that a trick? First, eliminate all the enemy opponent's material, you know. Reduce the chances you can lose on time. Then we'll go for the win. Alright, guys. Yeah, I'm still in recovery mode. It sounds like I'm rebooting the computer. We're still in recovery mode. But I will be back this week with a normal schedule, and every day we're getting better. Gaming stream, maybe we'll do like a very, you know, like, what do you call it, like a variety stream on Saturdays or something. I gotta mix it up. I can't go crazy every Saturday. Okay, anyway, tomorrow night I'll post the tournament today and message everybody in the Pawn and Horses team. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you when I see you. You're welcome, guys. Thanks for the games. Bye-bye.